The first step in seeking God's direction, I believe, is the most difficult step out of all of them. In this step, we defer the decision to God. Deferring means that I'm going to submit it to a greater authority than myself to ultimately make the decision or establish the direction that we need to go. It is this first step that I believe either makes or breaks people regarding ultimately receiving God's direction or simply making a dumb decision in their own flesh. In our reading today in Matthew 26, 36 through 46, we see Jesus, he is at the Garden of Gethsemane. He knows what is coming. But in this moment, we see how Jesus defers the decision of what's going to happen next to the Father. I'm going to specifically be looking at verses 39 and 42. Jesus is just getting ready to speak to the Father, and it says, going a little farther, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me, yet not as I will, but as you will." He goes back, he checks on the disciples, he finds them sleeping. Then he goes back again and prays in verse 42 the exact same thing. He went away a second time and prayed, "My Father, if it's possible for this cup to be taken away, unless I drink it, may your will be done." And then eventually in verse 44, he goes back and he prays the same prayer a third time. At the end of the scene, we see that Jesus' betrayer has arrived and Jesus is getting ready to be betrayed. Here's why I like the scene so much and how we can relate as we are deferring our decision to God's direction. Jesus made it very clear, here's what I want. I don't want to go through this. He brought his feelings of what he desired, and he also submitted to God's ultimate plan for the situation. I think we are naive when we only want to bring what we want to see to God. That's pride. But I think that we're short-sighted when we're not willing to say, God, hey, this is where I want, or whatever you will, that's fine. No, bring both at the exact same time. But ultimately, in the end, we are deferring the decision to God. Which brings us to our question for today. Honestly, have you surrendered what you want to see about the decision? Because sometimes we can ask God for his direction when we've already made the decision in our mind of what we're going to do. In those moments, usually God goes silent and he simply lets us do what we planned on doing anyways. But if you are really wanting to seek his direction, you need to defer the decision to God, where you say, God, if you want this, I will follow you. Or if you want this, I will follow you. Or a version of something completely different. If that's what you want, I will follow you. I might not like it. It might not be in my plan, might not be in my timing or my way, but I will continue to follow you. Whatever decision or direction you are seeking, take the first step today in deferring the ultimate direction to God.